All right, now we have cut across to the United States. These are live visuals where the American Vice President J.D. Vance is about to take off for the negotiations that are slated to be held in Pakistan. And there you see the American Vice President stepping out of the chopper as he will now embark on his journey to Pakistan. These are images from the Joint Base Andrews. And a lot is, of course, riding on these negotiations. J.D. Vance, of course, had stayed in the shadows. He was not, remember, primarily the key negotiator that Donald Trump had been trusting. Donald Trump had relied predominantly on his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and also as one of his close real estate buddies, Steve Witkoff. And these two had been fronting the negotiations. But what is interesting is that now J.D. Vance is the one who's doing the talk.
We're looking forward to the negotiation. I think it's going to be positive. We'll, of course, see, as the President of the United States said, if the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive. So we're going to try to have a positive negotiation. The President has gave us some pretty clear guidelines. And we're going to see. So I hope you guys have a safe flight. We'll certainly take some questions later on. But for now, let's get on the plane and hit the road. Thank you all.
So that is J.D. Vance there making a brief comment to the media. Let's hit the road and see where it goes. That's what the American Vice President had to say as he embarks on this very crucial round of negotiations in Pakistan. He'll be talking with his Iranian representatives on the other side. This is the first time that J.D. Vance will, of course, be representing the United States under Donald Trump, negotiating with the Iranians on the question, firstly, of a ceasefire and also about the conditions that have been put forth by the Iranians, the 10-point plan of the Iranians versus the 15-point proposal of the Americans, which, remember, has been the basis for this very tenuous ceasefire that has come into existence for a period of about a fortnight. Will this ceasefire hold, or is there going to be more war in the coming days? These are some of the key questions that, of course, we'll have to wait and watch out for. And also, it's an interesting sort of a change of guard that has taken place where Donald Trump would rely predominantly on his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and his long-time real estate buddy, Steve Witkoff, who's got a lot of experience building some shopping malls, they say, in New Jersey, who had been fronting Trump's negotiation efforts. But now it is J.D. Vance, one of those individuals who, over the course of the campaigning days, once he was chosen as the running mate with Donald Trump, who'd been very vocal about the America First policy, which said that America should not get involved in these forever foreign wars. He is now going to be fronting the negotiations for the Americans, contrary to Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff. Both of them are said to be real estate developers and investors. Jared Kushner is, of course, the son-in-law of the American President Donald Trump. He enjoys his complete support. Steve Witkoff, another long-time buddy of the American President Donald Trump. He knows him from his days as a real estate magnate. And let's also now see as to how things are unfolding in this round of negotiations, where the Americans are going in with their clear 15-point proposal that the Americans have got. The Iranians, of course, remember, have put forth their 10-point proposal. And my colleague Molly Gambhir is now in the studio with us. OT Molly, take us forward.
Right. Thanks for that, Saleh. Remember, there has been widespread speculation over these talks, what really lies ahead as far as the West Asia tensions are concerned. Remember, the region continues to remain on edge, even as there have been a string of question marks over these talks, especially given what's unfolded in Lebanon. Remember, there have been a lot of these contentious points, a lot of speculation over what the talks will really hold. And now we have those images of J.D. Vance departing for Pakistan. So those crucial talks that, remember, are expected to take place over the weekend in Pakistan. Islamabad preparing to host those historic negotiations, and J.D. Vance is leading that U.S. team in those talks, remember.